Alrighty, here we go. Rolling. This is for you, Scorpio. There you are. This is Tarot Lumination. This is your mini general report for the April 2018 season. Cards are well shuffled in advance, going to the last second so that you're a witness. Just a couple of things I want to point out on the charts because I've been doing the charts for everybody in this particular playlist, so I might as well share a little bit with you guys too. There's, you know, this is like the month before your opposition, like when everything goes into Taurus in May. So May is going to be the real, like a real calendar moment for you. We're just kind of leading up to it now. Just want to point out, like we did coming into March, we've got this very heavy full moon. Sorry, coming into April, we got this very heavy full moon, but it's not directly on top of you, you know. It's so same thing again with the Aries new moon, April 15th. Very tough energies between Capricorn and Aries, but it's not directly on top of you. There is something a little funny here. I just put a note on there for your own reference. It's when what Jupiter's over here in Scorpio retrograde, and it's dead opposite Venus in Taurus. So my feeling is that you might get a lot of intuition or gut feelings about something going on in your love life. And then just shortly after that, there is the moon's going to be there too. So it's just for a few days, like the 15th, 16th, the 17th, Scorpio. Just pay attention around that time, okay? Especially when it comes to relationships, especially the romantic type of relationship, okay? Over here, again, just a few days, very challenging. April 21st for all of us. It's actually comfortable for you because we're dealing with Capricorn, Cancer, and Scorpio. So you'll probably be okay out of it. This is where things might get a little bit awkward, okay? April 29th-ish, around that sort of time, we've got the Taurus sun and the Scorpio full moon. It is a full moon, and it's going to be on your axis, right on your axis in your face. Okay, Scorpio, just letting you know. So certain dynamics might become very vividly exposed or culminating in your love life and relationships. This is not a love relationship reading. There's a whole playlist for that in case you're interested. The thing is about this particular full moon, in some ways it's very, very challenging. It's in a very tight, hard T-square on the North Node. You can watch those videos if you want. There's a playlist on the North Node. But there's a lot of support between the Capricorn, Scorpio, and Taurus energy coming from all the very heavy energy over here in Capricorn with Pluto, Saturn, and Mars all clustered right there. So just, really pay attention really towards the end of the month, okay, Scorpio? That's all I'm saying. Just be prepared. Forewarned is forearmed, okay? We're not turning this into a war, but all I'm saying is that it helps to know a little bit about what's going on out there so that you don't get blindsided, all right? No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. Sorry, no time, no room. I love the cards as they are. We're going to cut in just a moment and then read. We're going to use Journey of the Heart spread, if that's okay. Please bring your angels into the reading. I'm doing what I can as well. Tarot Lumination angels here too for you. Okay, folks, here we go. Watch your sun, moon, and rising. I think we said that already. And then reinterpret. In case this sounds totally loopy to you, watch all of it as much as you can absorb, and then reinterpret, okay? So I did a really kind of wacky cut there to break up the deck and get things very centered and focused. All right, here we go. Let's bless this reading. Okay, Scorpio, here we go. This is the heart energy at the very core of you. Your heart knows what it needs, knows what it wants. It's up to you, Scorpio, to listen, okay, and feed the heart. The heart works very, very hard, nonstop your whole life to nurture you, feed you, bring you all the nutrients that you need, and it pumps out all the waste, okay? Here we go. And over here is legacy energy. This could be anything. For you Scorpios, depending on your perspective. Things might have got very choppy for you around the Leo Aquarius eclipses a couple months ago. You might still be having a hangover And from all the reports I've been getting in from comments and viewers and visitors, March itself was also very, very challenging for a lot of people, a lot of sickness going on, which would make sense to me in the whole idea of like you got to reveal it to heal it, because that Pisces energy was very amplified. There was a big cluster. So you might be having kind of a hangover with a lot of the rest of us. Okay. So don't worry about that too much. We're coming out of it now. We're going to move through April and then head into May. Okay, so what about the ever present now? This would be you in like almost in ideal circumstances where you're very, very centered, grounded, focused, um, feeling totally guided and protected, totally connected to the great beyond, where the past doesn't really matter. The future is just going to be what it is, but knowing that you own your power in the now, and you make the best of it, because that's where you can activate your power through the healing power of your decisions. Not a lot of people like to be there. You, on the other hand, Scorpio, are actually kind of turned on by power. You like to be in a position of power because it gives you control, which is what you like. You don't like things to be out of control, and you're very, very effective at transmitting and absorbing and transmitting power in all its forms, however it can be expressed, especially when it's at the highest expressions of scorpionic energy in the healing arts, for example. So let's just say you're very, very present, and you're not totally at the mercy of your past, and you're not projecting your whole future based on whatever awful stuff happened in your past, or making ludicrous expectations of what you feel should happen based on the good things that could have happened in your past. Okay? So here's where you activate your power, the healing power of your decisions. Okay? So the question is, how do we do that effectively to nurture the heart? Nurture the heart literally, so that you are serving the heart, loving yourself as much as you can uh, for the best possible outcomes for you, which is best for the whole planet. Okay? Especially the ones nearest to you, your loved ones, and the ones who loved you, who do love you, pardon me. And therefore basically creating conscious outcomes, conscious decisions in the now, which would be like the energy of consequence. So if you're one of those people who outsources all your decision making to some greater, higher power, like the boss, the employer, your church, your family, your laptop, your smartphone, whatever it is that you think is bigger and better than you, then this will feel more like fate. If things are happening that don't make any sense to you and you're not owning your power, then this would feel more like fate. Okay? So over here, even in your best and most enlightened and courageous state of being in the now, in the present, there's still always risk and reward facing into what we call the future. So what if you do just happen to slip up? Okay? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Well, also the same energy in the inverse is what happens when you really are aware that you're tuned in, you're doing it right, tuned in and totally turned on um, into your power. What does that feel like? Okay. Okay, then over here, prospects, and literally the setup for the next beat of the heart. Okay, thousands of beats of the heart just in 1 month alone. This is just one snapshot. Okay, this whole thing is just one kind of like momentary snapshot. We're going to look at the weather, circumstantial energy that's surrounding you. And like the rest of us, Scorpio, I'm inviting you to make the best of it and not see yourself as a victim of weather, okay? In other words, if it's really sucky so-called weather, it doesn't mean your life has to suck. All right, here we go. Hierophant. Okay. My feeling is that right now, at some very, very, very profound level inside of you, Scorpio, you know full well that your whole life and world is changing, and that it's almost like it's time to like rewrite the commandments for Scorpio in the way it's like total upgrades of the commandments. If you've been, for example, in computer world, if you've been operating on Windows XP for so long because it works, but you know it's better to get up to Windows 10 now, and it's time to do it. Okay, and the same thing with all the Mac stuff. The point is here is that this is a very loud. It's like a ding. moment from your surroundings, your environment, your world, everything that's out there around you saying, Scorpio, this is the time, this is your moment to bring it all together and start to recalibrate your life. Please be aware that everything is going to change from the ground up all the way to the top. And it's going to involve a complete rewriting of your code of life, like what you really expect, what you really want. You might have been living on some sort of like hybrid thing for a long time, and you're realizing that it's over. Okay, just going to mention in May, huge calendar moment for the whole world, very significant for you. Scorpio is May 15th. It is simultaneously a Taurus new moon, and let me just double check. This pretty much on the same day, Uranus is moving into Taurus. Okay, this is a very big deal for you, Scorpio. Just letting you know, it's heads up time right now. You've got time to prepare for this, because this is that Taurus thing, that Uranus and Taurus thing, and the new moon simultaneously is going to be a very, very, very loud wake-up call, like almost like a siren that's going to blast into your life, into your world. It's almost going to tip everything upside down when it comes to the most significant relationships in your life. Okay? Just giving you some heads up right now. It's a very long transit. It's a 7-year transit, and we're going to be starting the middle of May. Just letting you know. And I feel that this energy here with the Hierophant is a beacon call right now to start getting ready. Get ready for your life to change forever in that particular department. If you're into the astrology, that would be the 7th house, the Taurus energy, your full polar opposite. Okay, let's have a look at the whole core heart of you. Okay, well, it looks to me with the Chariot here that you are some way, somehow, kind of already profoundly aware of this in some way. You might not have the exact details or the language or the words or whatever it is, but somehow or other you're sensing it and you're knowing it. And in some ways, it's very exciting. It can trigger like a sense of really getting your act together, getting your life together. That's what the heart wants. It's almost like the heart is saying, like, oh my gosh, this is the time for us, Scorpio. It's about time we got ourselves fully in alignment, get our act together so we can start this, rewrite the book of life for Scorpio, including all the history and all the catastrophes and disasters and all the amazing glories and wonders of your life up to this moment in time. And it's literally like time right now to start prepping for this. You've got we've got what, about 6 weeks roughly or so, a month or so to start getting ready for this. Understanding that you're a human being, the heart knows that it has a shelf life, but the heart wants to make the best of this. It wants to go forward with maximum capacity, maximum ability, maximum control, maximum power, maximum potential for achievement, making the best of who you are, what you've got, all your gifts, all your talents, all your challenges, and making the best of it. Okay? That's what the heart needs. That's what the heart wants. The heart wants to know that you are up for this. Okay, Scorpio? The heart is ready and poised, wants to go for it. The heart senses this already. Do you? Okay? Do you, the conscious waking you, Scorpio? Are you fully aware of what's actually starting to happen for you in your life right now? Let's have a look. Legacy energy here. Well, with the Two of Wands, my feeling is yes. Yes, you're fully aware. It might be that it's very, very, very early days yet, and there's a lot going on out there that it's impossible to discern exactly. All you know is that the journey is beginning and it's going to unfold step by step. And there's going to be a lot of big, big decisions coming up for you in the fairly near future. I think especially once that Uranus new moon Taurus thing kicks in the middle of May. It's almost like you are poised right now, anticipating, lining yourself up, getting ready for this monumental shift, this monumental change in your world, okay? Let's have a look at the now. Okay. And to me, it looks like you're doing a really good job. I see a lot of courage here. I see a lot of strength against all odds. That's kind of what I'm feeling here, is that in some way, somehow, Scorpio, you already know a lot about, you've already learned a lot about what is not working for you in your world. And you're not going to let that cripple you. Instead, you're going to accept, like, I am flawed. I have a shelf life just like all the rest of you, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to optimize myself, make the best of it, make the most of it, and go forward on this new journey, knowing that it's going to be very, very difficult to predict a lot of the details because of the Uranian energy, but that's not going to stop you. Instead, it's going to inspire you to want to maintain your integrity, maintain your ground, maintain your stature, maintain your enthusiasm, passion, and drive, no matter what. Okay? So again, to me, this is very encouraging what I'm seeing here, Scorpio. I'm glad that it looks to me like at the heart level, you're tuned in. And it looks to me like consciously, at least to some degree, you're tuned into this. It would be impossible to be fully tuned in with that Uranus energy. It's way too much to handle at this time. All you can really do now is make the very bold, brave decisions to get on this wave, this massive 7-year-long wave, and ride it for everything that it's worth, okay? It's a total life changer, a total game changer. It's a chance for you to really, literally get into your alignment here. So let's just say you're doing that and you're fully conscious, fully present. What about your decisions? Okay. It means that your decisions have to come from a position of being aware simultaneously of all the gifts and the talents that you have amassed, or that you're born with, or that you've earned, or that just come to you spontaneously. And be aware about how incredibly valuable that is to the world. And then bringing that to yourself. At the same time, not judging yourself for anything and everything that could be labeled as inferior, or like being a loser, or having like a train wreck of all sorts of legacies in your life that are shameful, that you would never want to see on your life resume. It's all part of you being human, because we all have that, okay? We all have our flaws. So I feel that this is a very noble energy that you're going to be using in your decision-making processes as you go forward, as you courageously stay very, very close to your center, your now. And from there, making very, very, let's say, audacious decisions, knowing that you have the gifts and the talents to endure, to succeed, to prevail. Also knowing that you have every kind of human flaw and weakness as everyone else, but that's not going to own you. And you're going to play to your strengths and do that in a very, very self-respecting, noble, humble way. There's nothing very glamorous about anything. This is just very noble. Okay? So how are we going to do that effectively? Because that's a lot of pressure. Okay, there's a lot of pressure on you here, Scorpio. So let's have a look. Surrender. Okay, Scorpio, surrender to the mystery. There's a lot that you won't know. So the only option is to surrender to the unknown. Okay? It's that simple. And let it unfold. Consequently, whoo, allow the fruits of your labors, the consequences of your decisions to manifest in a way that really, really is symbolic, or embodies your true scorpionic energy, like back down here on earth. Like if you have to constantly get into touch with heaven, and then bring whatever it is back down here onto earth and turn it into something that means something of great value and significance to others in the world, where you have the chance to operate and become your own best self, your own most delicious, appealing, desirable self, where it's like this is how the ultimate expression of how you would want to be perceived by yourself, by others, and how your heart wants you to be. It's like your heart is saying, yes, Scorpio, it is now time for us. In other words, the heart course source soul energy of Scorpio in alignment with the conscious waking worldly self, bringing it all together, owning all that power, taming it all, and pushing it into this nozzle over the next 7 years. I'm not saying this is not a 7-year reading. I'm just doing a snapshot for now about getting yourself in alignment for what is coming. So when you do that, when you understand how lucky you are, come from that position of your own wealth and abundance, knowing that you have flaws like anyone else, surrendering to the mystery, okay, just allowing that to happen, knowing that you're heading deep into the unknown, then it allows the energy of grace to enter your life, and things flow naturally where the process of manifestation unfolds naturally. You don't have to know what this is yet. All you have to do is follow the formula, and this will occur naturally. This will be a naturally occurring outcome. The abundance, the beauty, the fertility, the gorgeousness, the succulence of it all. So what happens if you mess up? Okay, you lose all your power. In other words, if you let go of the steering wheel, if you let go of the deep alignment of consciousness that is being demanded of you here and now, my feeling is with this reading, it's telling me that the pressure is on you more than ever before to be very deeply aligned, your soul conscious self with your egoic waking conscious self. And sometimes there's a huge chasm of difference between the two. My feeling here is that the chasm is closing up to the point where there's almost nothing and you could just hop over from one side to the other, almost where it's non-existence. Your soul is your ego. Your ego is your soul. It's all one thing. So if you mess up, you lose all that. You lose all the ability to manifest and create all this wonder. If you stay in that zone, very honorably, respectfully, no matter the pressure, no matter the challenges, then you maintain your power and you maintain your ability to create and manifest in a way that is worthy of you and reflects your true power and capacities, especially if this energy is expressed as a form or some form of an instrument of the healing power of love, almost as, as being an instrument of the healing power of love, especially in perhaps, allowing your amazing scorpionic energies to heal others. So let's have a look. Prospects here. Wow. Scorpio, I'm really happy for you. I really love this reading. I don't say that a lot. Most readings are very, very challenging, very hard for me to read for you, for everybody. But this one, I'm liking it because it looks like by understanding what we were talking about here, understanding the path of the straight and narrow, and it could be so tempting to go here, do that. But just look what happens when you stick to the straight and narrow. You bring yourself deeply, deeply into alignment, completely rewrite your operating systems, your code of life to get you closer and closer and closer into alignment where the soul is the ego and the ego is the soul. It creates a whole new world for you, a whole new world of abundance above and beyond what you've been knowing and living already. Okay? It has that opportunity. It has that potential here. And it's up to you to make the best of it. This card would not be here unless you deserved it, unless you'd earned it. So I see you as very, very fortunate, Scorpios. All right? No matter the challenges that are going to be coming your way. All right? I don't want to say any more. I'll spoil it. So here you go. I'll just put this over there and you can reinterpret however you want. Watch your sun, moon, and rising. Enjoy. Thank you for visiting. Bye-bye.